Life becomes interesting when we take care of what surrounds us. Just as the late Professor Wangari Maathai said, until you dig a hole, you plant a tree, you water it, and make it survive, you haven't done a thing, you are just talking. For the Misango Hills Forest Association, planting a tree and conserving the environment at large is part of their daily duties. Early morning, we set our journey to Misango Hills, a remote place at Emasati Market, Emruba Community Area in Kisa North Ward, Shikatwa Village, Huisero Sub-County in Kakamega County. Mr. Silvanus Omrunga, who is the chairman of the Misango Hills Forest Association, explains to us how he defied all odds just to restore back the long destroyed Misango forest.
Misango Hill is a forest that is the only forest that is in South Kakamega zone, and it is around 256 acres or 106 hectares. It is the smallest amongst the forests that are in Kakamega. We started this project some year 2005 with a small group, just a farmer group named Eshkwata Farmer Self-Help Group. By then, the forest, it was not a forest, but it was just a community land, trust land, under Butere Mumias County Council. When we started the project, the hill was totally done, completely finished, decorated to the last point. It was just a field. But when I retired, I mobilized a few women and children and boys to start working on a small tree nursery down in the downstream there, and it grew up to be a farmer group which we registered by that time, and then we were working entirely on a volunteer motive. We didn't have any money.
Through his hard work and determination, he managed to win a number of community members and investors who are now aiding him in prosperity and success of the project. And as at now, Misango Hills is under Kenya Forest Service.
By 2009, we had at least started attracting people or stakeholders. Namely, it was the Minister of Agriculture, Kenya Forest Service, and the NEMA, which was the Minister of Environment by that time.
Yeah, we have worked well with Misango CFA since 2016, and basically what made us to go there was the idea that Misango Hill was under degradation. There was a lot of guavas that were growing and other invasive species, and we see a sign of guavas, it means this land degradation.
With vast knowledge on environmental conservation, the Kakamega County under the Ministry of Environment, Water and Natural Resources saw the need and the effort of the group and now registered it as a community group and helped them in supply of tree seedlings.
We had to liaise because Misango was not a CFA at that time, it was still an association. So we liaised with that group, and we did a work plan on how we wanted to do some rehabilitation of the site. So in the first year, 2016-17, we allocated 30,000 tree seedlings for planting on that hill. And we saw there was good progress and goodwill from the community. So in the year that followed, we had to upscale the number of seedlings, and this time around we planted 60,000 tree seedlings. And the idea was that we wanted to bring this for a hill under tree cover and eventually under forest cover, so that we are able to reduce the amount of runoff that goes down stream. Now, we also supported the Misango. At that time, we were called H-quarter farmers to register as a CFA.
The group testifies that they have had so many benefits, especially when other stakeholders joined to support it. Lack of water as the main challenge in many groups, especially during dry spell. For this group, water is no longer a challenge as they were supported by other stakeholders.
We are very grateful as a Community Forest Association for the county government having supported us to initiate this water project. Actually, there are so many benefits which we are going to get from this project. One, we have a tree nursery. We shall be able to water our tree seedlings, which will go a long way with reforestating the hill. We are targeting to do about 80,000 tree seedlings of indigenous trees, which will be planted on the hill. Besides using the water for the tree nursery project, we also intend to start fish farming. It was an opportunity which was latent, but with the water, very soon we shall have a fish pond at the site of the nursery.
Other than tree seedlings and water conservation, the community also do beekeeping as one of their projects. They once harvested 200 kgs of honey for 1 year. Women under this project are now empowered more by this project, and so they encourage other women to try it out for themselves. Beekeeping has been so important to the farmers. It has been of value chain addition, where honey harvested is used in making candles, soaps, perfumes, and makeups. And in addition, honey is also used in making wax. Beekeeping is also known to be easy to run as it requires little input.
And these bees have been helpful to us as farmers. Individually, for the last 1 year only, starting from January to now, we are at least harvested 200 kgs. And we are smiling all the way from the banks. Because of our kids, we don't struggle anymore. As a woman, I'm proud of myself. Being one of this group, it has really empowered me to know that what men can do, also women can do better. And this is why we are here, as empowering more women to come on board as bee farmers. And as one of the members, we are still training some of our mamas to be one of these good beneficiaries of beekeeping. So this honey has so many beneficiaries. It is medicine. You can do it facial, and there are so many products that are coming from the honey. You can also have wax. We are planning to have like value chain addition, like making candles. We also have soaps, perfumes, and also you can do makeup. But as for now, because we are still growing and we are still young, we are calling more supporters to come on board so that they can support this bee farming. Actually, it's a good business. It does not need more input.
It's very clear that since the formation of the group, majority of the members have been able to work at the site, hence getting themselves something to put on the table. And for this, members have been motivated to keep the group focused.
Naweza sema ya kwamba wakati ambapo ninapokuja hapa watoto wangu hawalali njaa, at least wanapata kitu ambacho kinaweza kuwasaidia kwa siku. Sasa mimi ninashukuru kwa sababu ya huu mradi ambao uko mahali hapa umeweza kutufaidisha sisi kama wakaazi wa Shukwata.
It is also believed that when praying and fasting, the most secret places to visit and have your time with God is at the hills. For this group, people come from far and within just to pray from there.
Tumepata mahali pa kuabudu. Zamani ilikuwa kwamba wakati ambapo tulikuwa hamna miti katika mlima huu, kulikuwa kwamba watu wangeweza kwenda mahali ambapo kuna jua kali na kuna mvua, ni mawe tu. Lakini baada ya shirika hili, baada ya Community Forest Association kujitolea na kufanya kazi kubwa jinsi walivyofanya kwa ajili ya kupanda miti katika mlima huu, tumepata mahali pa kuabudu Mungu. Tunaenda na tunafunga pale, tunaomba pale, na tunamshukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya watu wa county. We thank God because of the county government. We thank God because of Mishkofa. Mishkofa imekuwa kwa hakika ni ya msaada sana kwa sababu ya kutuwezesha kupata miti na hata kuweza kufanya mlima huu ukaweze kuwa mrembo jinsi tunavyouona. Unapoenda katika mlima ndani ya forest, unasikia unaomba, kwa sababu uko peke yako ama na wengine, unaomba na unasikia maombi yako kwa hakika yamefika.
The group has its vision and mission, and they say some years to come, Misango Hills will be an attractive site that brings in tourists.
We have a lot of vision why we should conserve Misango Hill. We had also the animals, not vicious animals. The last hyena that left here was 1963, when we were totally children. So, but the rabbits, the deers, the gazelles, they were here, very many of them. But they have now started coming back. You might even be lucky to at least to see some when we shall be going ahead.
It is the little things that citizens do. That's what will make the difference. My little thing is planting trees. The late Professor Wangari Maathai, in her speech, she once said, "I can do something from the story of the hummingbird." For the Misango Hills Forest Association, they are doing something to conserve the environment. What are you doing to conserve the environment? Reporting from Misango Hills in Kakamega County, Huisero constituency, my name is Irene Nasimiyu.